welcome to another Awesome Kapow Toys review. This one, for me personally, is quite exciting. It is finally making, through the second upgrade, a pretty awesome figure. I love not Devastator, I do like Devastator, but I love Menasor, and I have always wanted a really good representation of Menasor. I bought the Fans Project M3 or whatever he was called. And I sold him pretty quickly. It was a nice figure, but it was a lot of money, and it had a lot of flaws, and it was, once you got it transformed, I mean, you didn't want to transform that, or decombine it and recombine it. It was just like a mess to transform and a pain. And for the money, it wasn't very big. So when I saw Hasbro doing their Menasor, I got excited, and then I got it, and it was pretty rubbish. Then Perfect Effect did the hands and feet, which made it better, and now we have this. And I can honestly say, in my opinion, I don't think we're going to get a better Menasor, because with this upgrade kit, it's just amazing. So obviously, as you can see, here is the box. It is the Perfect Effect Perfect Combiner PC04. Combiner upgrade set for Menasor. That's the box. It comes with some instructions. They are not the clearest of instructions, because it shows you how to take the head off. Okay, great. You need a screwdriver. The little one that came with X-ray, if you've got that, that's the right size, but any kind of mini screwdriver will do. Shows you how to take something off and pop something on, and it shows you how to connect the sword bits. And then from there, it's a bit like guesswork. You kind of look at the pictures, see some bits that have to click, and it is a bit guessy. So I shall show you how to do it, and we'll go from there. Right then. So I'll assume that we've all got Menasor set up in the official mode, where the bits are clipped in where they're supposed to be, and he looks all derpy. I have mine set up in the fan mode because that was a bit better, but if we set off in the official mode, then we've all got a base to start from. You want to kind of lift this bit up and close these away. Kind of half straighten up the legs and twist the waist around, and then twist the legs like that, so you end up with that configuration. Okay, so you got the screws of the thighs showing, and the wheels are on the outside of the leg, and that's how you want the legs to be. Okay, and then you come here and you pull this crotch plate, just pull that off and just store that away, because you don't need that anymore. And then you get this piece, and this gets a little tricky because it's a lot of stuff that's quite big, and it's kind of like this in the box. And if you try and attach it like this, then there's just too much stuff in the way, so you kind of want to fold it all down and kind of get it out of the way, so you can access this bit here to clip on to there. And you just want to kind of clip it on like that, and that kind of gets it all together. And then you bring it up whilst kind of getting these pieces out of the way. That's the trickiest bit, is to get these pieces out of the way so you can get everything else to go where it should go. And then you kind of just have to fiddle it on so you get the crotch piece to look how it should. And then you come around the back, because the instructions show you a different way of doing it, but to me this is the easiest way that I found to do it. And you come around the back, and you've got these little ports, these pegs here, where these bits used to plug onto. Now these bits plug onto. So you kind of have to, it's kind of lining it all up as you go, really, but you got to get it, I don't know if you can see it, like there, and that kind of goes on like that. And you do, this side has to go down first, because you've got this clip has to go into that hole, and then you've got this clip in here, and this has to slide onto it. Don't push it on or else you'll break it, and that would be bad. And then you kind of line this up here that up there, and then push it all together, and then these bits will, like your arms, you push them in the same way, and they kind of fit into these bits round the back there. I think that's all self-explanatory. I mean, first off, before we even turn him round, that back looks awesome. How good does that back look? If that was his front, I mean, I'd be happy with either way. You could have him displayed like that, and that would be pretty good, except, you know, you haven't got these. But then we turn him round, and there he is. He's still got to do the head, which is just a matter of unscrewing that and popping the other head on the ball joint. So you just unscrew it. So I shall take a pause here, unscrew it, and swap the other head on. So there we have one head removed. So we get the new head, which is, in all honesty, an awesome looking head. That's much better than the Hasbro version. So we just get that, and it's just a ball joint, so you just want to pop that on, and there you go. And how much better does that look? I really like this set. It just makes Menasor properly good. It's just not like, it's not like an okay Menasor now, it's like a really good Menasor. So I'm going to attach all the limbs, because obviously it's a lot easier to do all of that without the limbs being on, and then we'll see how he looks. I was going to show you that you can have, come on, focus. I was going to show you that you can either attach the sword and have a big sword, which is like this, or you can have it detached and have two big guns, but I attached the sword together, and it's created like a vacuum in here, and there is no way I can get these apart now. I could pull it and damage it and maybe break it, but mine have decided they like each other too much and are not coming apart. But they do come apart, and this one looks like a big gun. I can take this end off, and you can see it. So that's got like a barrel of a gun, so you can have him holding it, and it looks like he's got two guns, but it's just not coming off now. So I'm sure that's just the way I put mine together. But yeah, then he has his big massive sword. There is Menasor, and he does look menacing, excuse the pun. He does have his massive sword, which he holds very nicely, and he is a big old guy now. There's the leader Megatron, and he's, you know, a fair bit taller than him now. Put them side by side, give you a better idea. So, you know, you can see he's definitely bigger than him, and that's Megatron with the upgrade kit on him as well, which is obviously going to make a difference. If we bring in Combiner Wars Prime, obviously a lot bigger than him, and someone like Jazz, then he just towers above him. Now Jazz is collapsing under the fear. So yeah, I think he scales up pretty nicely now with all these upgrades. Admittedly, to get him to this point where he looks this good, you've had to get two upgrade kits. So yeah, perhaps Hasbro dropped the ball a bit when it comes to putting out a good Menasor. Yeah, I think, you know, it's only fair to concede that they didn't make a good Menasor. But, you know, it's not that much money to get these upgrade kits. It's definitely a lot cheaper than buying a full-on third-party Menasor. And I think he's better than anything you'd be able to get elsewhere. So, you know, all things considered, it's a pretty good Menasor. And obviously if you want to stick that on there as well, that's an option. I personally don't like how that looks, but it is an option. You can take his big sword with his new attachment, come around the back. He can then store it away, so he's got his sword round the back ready to cause some chaos. You can get some nice poses out of the head. It is worth noting that if you're going to get this kit, because of the way it makes the legs kind of splayed out, take it down, if you have not got the Perfect Effect upgrade kit for the feet, you're going to struggle when it comes to posing him, because the Hasbro feet just kind of peg in there, and they've got no articulation on them, and that's not going to work. So if you want to get this upgrade kit, you are going to need to get the Perfect Effect upgrade kit for the hands and the feet to be able to get the poses out of him, to be able to make him stand. Don't get the face and the chest piece and the crotch piece just thinking that that's going to be enough, because when you get it in hand you're going to find that the feet don't match. And I'll just take a second and I'll show you what. If you get this kit and you've got those feet, that's how he's going to stand, with his feet at an angle. And I think if you have got, I mean, he's on fabric there, and if you're trying to display him on a smooth surface, that's just going to slip and slide and it's not going to work. So my advice would be, if you're going to get this set, make sure you get the Perfect Effect hands and feet, so you've got the articulation in the ankles to be able to splay them out and get the right stance, otherwise it's going to ruin it for you. But otherwise, as long as you've got this set or you're buying it all together, this Menasor is awesome, and I properly love this guy. He looks so good and mean and beefy, and he's definitely a big combiner now. So he's going to look good next to Devastator, Megatron, especially when Perfect Effect bring out the upgrade kits. I mean, me personally, I know a lot of people find it frustrating that Hasbro bring out these combiners and other figures, and you have to keep buying the upgrade kits to be able to get a really good figure at the end of it. Personally, I don't mind. It still works out cheaper than buying third-party figures. So I'm happy with that. I really like this guy. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you later.